Hey, what's up? It's another episode of Watch You Strappin, and these are not watch reviews, they're just wristwatch check of the day with strap of choice. And yeah, it's just for fun, show and tell, whatever you have, or I guess whatever I have. And it's usually, if it's something new, I'll show it on the stock strap or bracelet option, and then I'll move forward from there from the next episodes with whatever particular watch it is. And today, you might have seen this in my recent unboxing or double unboxing video with the Christopher Ward C60 Trident 300 Pro, or the Pro 300. You know which one I'm talking about. You saw the video. And I happened to receive both watches about the same day. And yeah, as you also may have known or seen, that I have the new Zimby 16, which is like a 43mm tuna, but I really like that watch a lot, and it's a great size for a tuna. It keeps a lot of the characteristics of a tuna, namely the shroud and the tuna can shape, but in a more compact form at 43mm. But it does seem, how do I put it, a little bit more tamed, and being more compact. And you know, I've had a couple of the full-size tunas in the past, the Marine Master 300. I forget the reference, but it was the one that was basically all stainless steel, even the bezel insert, and it was a black dial. That was my first one, and so you gotta look a few years back for that. And then when I had that last, and then the last one of that same generation, had a blue tuna. I can't remember the reference, SPPN 037, I think. Basically it's blue bezel, blue dial version, and it still had the triangular marker as that one, and it was still the older style before they went back kind of to the original style with almost all round indexes around the dial. And then yeah, those come in at 47mm around. Not quite 48. I'm pretty sure they're basically 47s. And this is the newest generation of the Arnie. They had one they came out about a year or so before. Is it almost two? I forget. But that one was a little bit more true to the original Arnie back from I guess the 80s. And with the digital display at the top. And the layout was a little bit closer to it, but it wasn't exact, but it was a decent modern reinterpretation of that classic Arnie. And this is the one right after that. And they came out with finally a stainless steel bezel, which I personally prefer on the tuna. I don't like the plastic ones or the ceramic, or if it's titanium, it's usually a coated titanium, which looks basically like you know, plastic in a way, the way it's done. But and they usually look too bloated and chunky. They usually can keep it a little bit slimmer or tighter looking with the stainless steel bezel. At least that's my opinion. And yeah, and then they just have these extra pushers on this one, and they've added the color coding with the reds and blues to show that the buttons, those are for the buttons, are actually crowned. They're actually they're unlocked or pushable, so you don't want to engage it when you're probably underwater. You're going to screw it back so that you cannot see the colors, and then you know it's safe to go, and you won't accidentally push it and compromise the with water intrusion. And yeah, basically I went back to something like this. I was debating between this and that other Zimby tuna, and I decided to hit both because on one hand I like the size and the color and everything of the Zimby 16. It's really cool, being orange and gray, light gray, and it's just a different design and everything, but it still looks like a tuna at the same time. But I also was thinking, you know, for the price like this, you can get something like this for roughly around 500, you know, brand new and all. This has a lot of what the original tuna looks like, but with some extra functionalities, with buttons and chronograph, and even has a depth gauge. I mean, this is, I figure if I'm going to go big and go bold with a tuna, why not go Arnie all out? Has a reliable quartz movement, It's pretty lined up and accurate. Solar powered, so you don't have to worry about changing or servicing really for the most part. And yeah, it's got a light. It's got a chronograph, which is running right now because I'm on my lunch break doing this. So I got to make sure I get done before it hits 30, but not too bad. 8 minutes in, I got time. And it's got the Seiko lume. I like these hand plots. I like the fact that the digital display is at the bottom instead of the top, because as I mentioned in the unboxing video, I'll say it real quickly, I just think this makes more sense. I like to think that the main display, which is analog, should be on the upper half and the more dominant half, and then the secondary functions, which is basically everything that goes in the digital display at the bottom here, should be at the bottom, right? Top goes primary, whatever below it should be secondary, and you know, other features that isn't the main feature, I would say. And also it gives the top of the dial room to breathe. You got a full complete and arcing row of indexes across the top, versus the other way, if you can imagine this dial flipped, it was scrunched up and all the upper indexes are all kind of pushed in and a little bit tighter up top, and I don't know, visually I don't think it looks as balanced like that, and I don't know, yes, in one sense I find that the amount of buttons and pushers on here seems kind of a little bit crazy or overkill, but then again, I don't know, it also looks kind of badass too. Just looks so like technical and functional, and you know, just, you know, a straight up tool watch, tool diver. And again, it has a depth gauge on here that can track I think what depth you are at and for how long, like that. And I haven't gone into the full features, but I believe that's basically how it functions. Yeah, there are dive computers that can do just as much, if not more, but you know, that's not I don't know, just to have it in a watch. And I'm never going to go diving either, but it's you know, most of these watches we get, we do have a lot of stuff that we don't really need or won't probably use all that often. I think there's a good number of complications you probably won't get into, but yeah, but I think this is super cool. Especially, it's actually pretty intuitive. It's always packed with features. I mean, just to set it, it's real easy, and I think it's pretty cool because, and I'll show this in a review, but basically you just get into your you know, time, your home time, and then you just pull out the crown, unscrew it because it's screwed down, and then pull it out, and then it hacks the movement, the hand stops. Then you can just set the digital display to the second real easily. It's very easy. I'll try to show it to you later. And then once it's there, you just push the crown down, and then it's very cool how the hands all move and line up with what shows on the digital display, and it's in perfect synchronization. And it also does something like that once you've put the watch off wrist and it's not been active, not moving, and particularly if it's been covered, it's not getting any light, it'll go into a sleep and power save mode, and so the hands will stop moving. And I'm thinking maybe the display might stop too, I forget, but basically it's on pause until you lift it or move it, or I think at least you see some light, and then everything will just kind of automatically rotate back into where they should be, and it keeps going from there. And that's also a very cool feature. It's just a cool watch, and my wrist size is just under 7 inches. Last I checked, maybe it is a 7. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of manual labor, so I might have filled out a little bit more over the past 2 years. But yeah, this is actually pretty comfortable. You just got to get it sized right. I think my sleeve, I have a compression shirt on, so it might be squeezing it a little tighter, but anyways, it's just you know, yes, it's going to wear large. It's about a little over 14 millimeters thick, but that's actually not too bad considering. And you know, the lugs, yeah, you look at it, it is, if you see the measurements, they do seem long, but you can see how well they arc down, and there's no gap, because Seiko does very smart things with their watches, especially their dive watches that are large. I think pretty much anything, they just know how to make the case shape. But look at it, it just fits, and there's no gap. and it doesn't look like it's plateauing or coming off the wrist funky, right? And I'm trying to capture at different angles, and I'd say you just have to be comfortable. Granted, if your size is really too skinny to accommodate something like this, I get it. But if you have some things at 7 inches or even 6 3/4, I dare say you might want to try something that's outside your comfort zone. Just something that's just not like another one of your perfectly proportioned watches that you might already have, and just have something fun and different, just to give something I don't know, more interesting and you know, just something different, I would say, and have some fun with it. And that's why I kind of went back to something like this. I was, you know, testing in waters, and I was like, you know what, this is going to work. This is too cool not to just have, at least for a while. And I don't know, I think I really like it. I mean, you can see, hopefully proportionately, yeah, it's going to have presence, but you know, this is, as a tuna, this is actually kind of designed to have presence and be a easy to use tool watch, and just do the job and be robust as heck, and it totally looks like it. So anyways, I'm rambling on. I got to get on my lunch, so that's about it. While I still have time, so I will catch you in the next one. Be sure to look out. That's the other thing too, I have a bunch of 22mm straps that from before. I used to have more watches that had it, and this is you know, at least now I can finally reuse some of them. My Glycine Airman is actually 22mm lugs, but because of the style of the watch, I can't use as much of the straps that I have. They're probably more suited for something a little bit more, you know, robust looking, such as this, and even sportier, just like this. And so I don't know, I'm just glad I can reuse a good number of my straps that I picked up a while back. That's just mostly sitting around, and that's another reason why I picked this up as well. And I think this is definitely could be a very good strap monster on NATO, rubber, even leather. And I hope to show that off, and I don't know, maybe change the opinion of people that don't think that they can pull this off, or like, this is too much or something. But I really don't think it actually is, and it's an original design and everything. But anyways, let me sign off here, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.